Okay, everyone's online now, right?
Yeah, I'm here.
Present.
Yo, what's good?
I'm here too. What's this about, Bryn?
So you all know about the Belmont arcade closing down last month?
Yeah, that place was ancient. My dad used to go there in the 80s. I think I might even have a pic of it when it first opened. Oh my god, yeah, I do.
Damn, that looks so cool as well. Shame that it's been abandoned for years now. Windows are all boarded up.
Perfect haunted house vibes, LMO.
Okay, and?
Well, I've been thinking about all those missing person reports lately. 3 people just vanished in the past month alone. All homeless folks.
It's so sad. These poor people are already at rock bottom and then they go missing? It's just awful. But wait, what does that have to do with the arcade?
Well, remember the stories about that old Pac-Man champion? The guy who lived there practically back in the 80s?
Oh yes, do something. Dude was obsessed with that game.
I heard he could play for like 12 hours straight. Daily. Total legend.
My mom mentioned him once. Said he was famous for a while, then just disappeared.
Exactly. But my thinking is, what if he never really left? What if he's been living in that arcade all these years?
That's dumb, Bryn. It's been over 20 years.
Actually, it's not that crazy. Abandoned buildings are perfect shelters for homeless people.
Okay, but why would he be taking people, if that's what you're suggesting? I mean,
Think about it. Dude's been isolated for decades. Probably went completely insane. And now the arcade's closing permanently. Maybe he's desperate. So this is our chance to find out the truth. Imagine if we actually solved these missing person cases.
The police haven't found anything though. So what makes you think that we could?
Because we know the area, duh. We know the history too. And we're not afraid to look in places adults wouldn't think to check.
I'm listening. This sounds like it could be pretty fun, not gonna lie.
Or it could get us killed.
What exactly are you proposing, Bryn?
Someone needs to check out the arcade. Tonight, after midnight when it's completely deserted.
Break in, you mean?
It's abandoned property. Technically, it's not breaking and entering.
That's definitely not how the law works.
Who cares about the law? This is about justice for those missing people.
And who exactly is supposed to do this reconnaissance mission?
Well, you live closest to the arcade, Lewis. Only like 6 blocks away, right?
Plus, you're the most athletic. If something goes wrong, you could easily run away.
Guys, this is a terrible idea. What if Lewis gets hurt? What if there really is someone dangerous in there?
Then we call the cops, but not until Lewis explores a bit first.
I don't know about this. Seems pretty risky.
Come on, Lewis. Don't you want to know the truth? What if Stu really is in there? What if he has information about those missing people?
You could be a hero, man.
Lewis the detective has a nice ring to it, right?
What would I even be looking for?
Signs of recent habitation. Food wrappers, blankets, personal belongings, maybe even clues about the missing people.
Lewis, please don't listen to them.
Oh, just live a little, Indy. When else are we gonna get a chance to solve a real mystery?
How would I even get inside? The place is boarded up.
There's a broken window on the east side, behind the overgrown bushes. I scouted it out yesterday.
Of course you did.
Brinley, that's stalking.
It's research, actually.
So what do you say, Lewis? You in or you out?
I need to think about it.
What's there to think about? You're either brave enough to help find those missing people, or you're not.
No pressure, though.
There's literally all the pressure. This is peer pressure in its purest form.
Sometimes peer pressure leads to greatness, like when it pushed me to try out for basketball.
That's completely different, Xander.
Is it though? Both require courage. Both require taking a risk for potential reward.
The reward here being solving a mystery that stumped the police.
The risk being death or disappearance.
You're being dramatic, Indy. It's just an old arcade. What's the worst that could happen?
Famous last words.
Okay, fine. I'll do it.
Yes.
Dude, that's awesome.
My man Lewis coming through.
I can't believe you're actually going through with this.
But I have conditions.
Name them.
First, I'm only staying for 30 minutes max. Second, I keep my phone on the whole time. Third, if I text the word help, you call 911 immediately.
Deal.
Absolutely.
Those are reasonable conditions.
I guess if you're really doing this, then those are smart precautions.
And fourth, we never speak of this to anyone else. Win or lose, this stays between us.
Obviously, this is our secret mission.
When are you thinking of going?
Tonight, I guess. Midnight, like Bryn suggested. Get it over with.
Tonight? Damn, Lewis. You don't mess around.
Maybe you should wait a few days. Plan it out more carefully.
No, Indy's wrong. The longer we wait, the more likely someone else will secure the building. Or Stu will move locations if he's really there.
Plus tonight's forecast is clear. Good visibility, no rain.
All right, it's settled then. Midnight tonight. I'll message you guys when I'm heading over there.
And keep us updated the whole time.
This is gonna be legendary.
I really hope you know what you're doing, Lewis.
Me too, Indy. Me too. Alrighty, I'm outside the arcade. It's 12:03 a.m. This place looks way creepier at night.
You got this, Lewis.
The front is completely boarded up like you said. Graffiti all over the walls. Some of it looks fresh.
What kind of graffiti?
Mostly tags and random stuff. But there's one that says, Stu Lives. in red paint.
No way. That's either a huge coincidence or we're already onto something.
Or that could be a warning to stay the hell away.
Nah, it's fine, I think. I'm heading to the east side window now. The bushes are thicker than I expected, though. Thorns are catching on my jacket.
Push through. I'm sure that you're almost there.
Found the window. It's definitely broken. Big enough to climb through. Glass on the ground looks old, though.
How old?
Weathered, covered in leaves. This break happened months ago, at least.
So probably not a recent entry point.
I'm going in.
Wait, Lewis, are you sure about this?
Too late to back out now. Climbing through. I'm inside. Holy crap, guys.
What? What do you see?
It's worse than I imagined. The smell hit me immediately, like something died in here.
That could be rats or other animals.
No, this is a human smell. The arcade machines are still here too. Most of them anyway, all covered in dust and debris. But there's a clear path through the middle, like someone's been walking through here regularly.
Follow the path. See where it leads.
This is getting intense.
The path leads to the back corner, where the original Pac-Man cabinet used to be. Oh my God.
What?
There are clothes everywhere, piles of them, and they're covered in dark stains. The stains look like blood. Old blood, dried and flaking.
Take pictures, please.
Jesus Christ, Lewis. Those definitely look like bloodstains.
Are those the clothes from the missing people?
I don't know, but there's more. So much more. Different sizes, different styles. Some look like they've been here for years.
How many piles?
At least 6 or 7 distinct piles, all concentrated around the old Pac-Man area. Hang on. There's something else.
What now?
On top of the largest pile, there's some kind of cartridge, like an old game cartridge.
What does it say?
The label says Pacman Revival, written in what looks like marker. Really sloppy handwriting.
That's not a commercial game. Someone made that.
Could be a homebrew modification. People make custom games all the time.
But why leave it on a pile of bloody clothes?
The cartridge looks newer than everything else here. Less dust, cleaner edges, like it was placed recently.
This is evidence of a crime scene, Lewis. You need to leave everything exactly as it is.
But if we leave it, then the police might miss it, or whoever left it might come back for it.
Lewis, can you tell what format the cartridge is?
It looks like it might fit the old Atari system, but the plastic isn't like the default variant. It's like someone modified a regular cartridge.
Dude, you should totally take it. We could figure out what's on it.
That's literally tampering with evidence.
Only if we're sure it's evidence, and we won't know unless we examine it.
The smell is getting stronger. I think I need to get out of here soon. This place is making me sick.
Just pocket the cartridge first. I have equipment that can read almost any format.
Don't touch anything, Lewis.
I'm taking it. If there's information on here that could help find those missing people, then we need to know what it is.
This is a mistake.
It's the right call. Sometimes you have to take risks to get answers.
Got it. The cartridge is in my pocket. I'm heading back to the window now.
What about looking around more?
No way. I've seen enough. This place is definitely a crime scene, and I don't want to be here when whoever did this comes back.
Smart thinking.
Climbing out now. I'm out. Heading home as we speak. Going to clean up, and then I can examine this cartridge. I want to try it on my system first. See if it works at all.
Good idea. Let's take note of everything before we involve anyone else.
Lewis, you're a legend for doing this. Seriously brave as hell.
I don't feel brave. I feel sick. Those clothes, man. Someone did terrible things to those people. Hopefully this leads somewhere, because if it doesn't, then I just contaminated a crime scene for nothing.
It's going to lead somewhere. I can feel it.
The handwriting on that cartridge looked deliberate, like someone wanted it to be found.
That's what I'm afraid of. Talk to you guys in an hour or so once I'm home.
Good luck, man.
See you in a bit, dude. And be careful with that cartridge.
Okay. I'm home and cleaned up, about to hook up the cartridge to my system. Still can't get that smell out of my nose, though.
Are you feeling all right?
Yeah, just shaken up. That place was genuinely unnerving.
What kind of gaming setup do you have again?
It's a modified Atari 2600 with modern capture capabilities. Should be able to stream whatever's on this cartridge directly to you guys.
Sweet. Live horror game stream.
Lewis, maybe you should wait until tomorrow, when you're feeling better, I mean.
No. I want to get this over with. If there's something important on here, we need to know tonight.
I'm ready to record everything, bro.
Cartridge is connected. System is booting up. Here goes nothing.
I've got my analysis software running too. Should be able to capture some of the code remotely.
The screen just flickered. There's a title screen now. It says Pac-Man Revival in that same crude handwriting.
Already more creative than most indie games.
That doesn't sound creative. That sounds disturbing.
Starting the game now. The maze looks normal at first glance. Same basic layout as classic Pac-Man, but the colors are darker, more muted.
What about Pac-Man himself?
He's different. Still yellow, but his mouth is way bigger, like unnaturally large, and his eyes look angry, really angry. Not the friendly Pac-Man that I remember.
I'm detecting some unusual code structures too. This definitely isn't built on standard Pac-Man architecture. Someone completely rewrote the engine.
The ghosts look normal though. Red, pink, blue, orange. Same as always, but they're moving differently, more erratically, like they're actually scared.
Ghosts that are scared of Pac-Man? That's a cool twist.
When Pac-Man eats a power pellet,
What?
the ghosts don't just turn blue, they start shaking, violently shaking, and they make these horrible squealing sounds,
Squealing sounds?
like animals being slaughtered. I've never heard anything like it in a video game.
The audio files are completely custom. These aren't standard game sounds. Someone recorded these specifically.
Just caught the first ghost. This isn't right.
What happened?
When Pac-Man ate it, there was this crunching sound, and blood, actual blood splattered across the screen. The ghost didn't just disappear. It got torn apart.
Torn apart how?
Like Pac-Man ripped it into pieces. I can see ghost fragments scattered around the maze. Little bits of ghost flesh.
To hell with this, man. That's way too gory.
It's just pixels, Indy. Really, detailed pixels.
Level 2 is loading. The maze is the same but darker. And there are blood stains on the walls now, from the previous level.
The game is carrying visual data between levels. That's actually pretty sophisticated programming.
Pac-Man looks even more demented now. His mouth is dripping. Is that supposed to be saliva or blood?
Both probably. This is clearly meant to be a horror version.
The ghosts are hiding in the corners. They're not even trying to chase me. They're cowering.
Smart ghosts. They learned from level 1.
Got another power pellet. The ghosts are making those sounds again, but louder this time. More desperate.
Lewis, please turn it off. This is way too intense.
I caught one. Oh my lord, that was so much worse. Pac-Man didn't just eat it. He chewed it, slowly. I could see the ghost's face contorting in pain. And when he swallowed, the ghost's eyes were still moving.
The animation detail is incredible. Disturbing, but incredible.
Whoever made this put some serious work into it.
This isn't entertaining anymore, guys. This is genuinely sickening. Level 3 just started. The bloodstains are everywhere now, covering most of the maze walls. And there are bones, ghost bones scattered around.
That's it, I'm done. Lewis, turn off the game right now.
No, keep going. This isn't over till it's over.
Pac-Man is moving faster now, and his eyes are glowing red. When he opens his mouth, I can see rows of teeth. Sharp, bloody teeth and one massive tongue.
Okay, that's pretty metal.
The code is getting more corrupted as the levels progress, like it's degenerating in real time.
Just ate another ghost. This time, Pac-Man didn't even kill it first. He pierced it with his tongue. The ghost is still screaming.
Lewis, stop playing.
The ghost's face, even after being partially eaten, it was still trying to escape, dragging itself with whatever was left to its friend.
How is the game engine handling all this detail?
It shouldn't be possible on Atari hardware. This code is doing things that system wasn't designed for.
Level 4. The entire maze is red now. Walls, floor, everything. And now when Pac-Man catches the ghosts, I can't describe this. It's too graphic.
Try.
He tears them limb from limb while they're screaming, and then he eats the pieces one by one, starting with the arms, then the legs, saving the head for last.
The audio is getting distorted too, like the screams are overlapping with real recordings.
Real recordings?
I think someone sampled actual human screams and layered them into the game.
That's pretty messed up, actually.
Level 5 just loaded. This isn't a maze anymore. It's like a slaughterhouse. Body parts everywhere, blood pooling in corners. And Pac-Man is enormous now, taking up like a quarter of the screen.
Please, Lewis, I'm begging you. Turn it off.
This is the most disturbing thing I've ever heard described, but we have to see how it ends.
When Pac-Man catches them now, he doesn't just eat them. He plays with them first, tosses them around, like a cat with a mouse.
The programming complexity is off the charts. This level of AI behavior shouldn't exist.
Level 6. I don't think I can keep going. Pac-Man is the size of the entire screen now, and the ghosts, they're not trying to run anymore. They're just lying there, waiting to die. One even tried shooting Pac-Man. It didn't achieve anything, though.
Maybe they gave up.
When he eats them now, it's slow, methodical, like he's savoring it. And the sounds they make, it's not screaming anymore. It's just whimpering.
I can't listen to this anymore.
Indy, wait.
No, this is sick. Whoever made this game is seriously disturbed, and we shouldn't be watching it.
She's right, you know. This is beyond normal horror game content.
Wait! The last two ghosts are fighting back. One's trying to climb out of Pac-Man's mouth, but he's biting down, slowly, crushing it.
What happens when it's over?
There's text appearing on the screen. It says, "Delete to survive." What does that mean?
Maybe you have to delete the game file to beat it?
The text is flashing now. Delete to survive! Delete to survive! Delete to survive! It's getting faster.
Is the game still playable?
No, it's just this message. Over and over, with this horrible droning sound in the background. Like screaming, but distorted. I'm turning it off. I can't look at this anymore.
Probably for the best.
I got most of the code data. I'll analyze it tonight.
The screen went black, but I can still hear the sound, even with the system off. I'm unplugging everything. The sound stopped, finally.
Lewis, are you okay?
No, I'm not okay. That wasn't a game. That was a goddamn snuff film or some crap like it.
But we learned something important. This cartridge is definitely connected to what's happening at the arcade.
How do you figure?
The detailed violence relating to Pac-Man. Someone made this as more than just entertainment.
I feel sick, like genuinely nauseous. I need to get this cartridge out of my house.
Don't throw it away yet. I still need to finish analyzing the code.
Fine. But I'm not playing it again. Ever.
We should meet tomorrow. Discuss everything we've learned. Figure out our next move.
What next move?
We can't just ignore this. Those missing people, the arcade, this game. It's all connected somehow.
All I want to do right now is forget I ever saw that thing. But you're right. We can't ignore it. Tomorrow then, but somewhere public. I don't want to be alone with that cartridge anymore.
Library meeting room?
Perfect. 2 p.m.?
I'll be there.
Yeah, me too. And someone needs to text Indy. Let her know what we decided.
I'll handle that. Get some sleep, Lewis. Try not to think about the game.
Right. Like that's possible. Talk to you guys tomorrow.
Night, Lewis.
Sleep well, man.
Thanks. I'm going to try.
Ashford, you need to see these crime scene photos from the Belmont arcade. The situation is much more severe than we initially thought.
Just got back from court. What are we looking at?
Found these piles of clothing throughout the building, all heavily stained with what appears to be dried blood. Some of the fabric matches descriptions from missing persons reports.
Jesus Christ, Remington, how many piles are we talking about?
7 distinct groupings, different sizes, different clothing styles. Suggests multiple victims over an extended period. Some of the bloodstains look months old. Others appear more recent.
Any signs of the victims themselves?
That's the disturbing part. No bodies, no bones, nothing. Just the clothes and blood. Like the victims just vanished.
Forensics team processed everything?
Thompson's crew finished an hour ago. Initial blood analysis confirms multiple individuals, at least 5 different DNA profiles so far.
That matches our missing persons count. Robert Chen, Maria Santos, David Kim, Ellen Brooks, and Tom Anderson.
Exactly. We're dealing with a serial killer, Ashford. Someone who's been using this arcade as their hunting ground.
Detective Remington, I've got those disturbance reports you requested. 37 calls in the past 3 months, all within a 6-block radius of the arcade.
What kind of disturbances?
Mostly noise complaints, neighbors reporting screaming at night, usually between midnight and 3 a.m. Several witnesses describe the sounds as inhuman.
Inhuman how?
Quote from Mrs. Patterson on Elm Street. "It wasn't normal screaming, officer. It sounded like animals being tortured, but there was something human about it that made it worse."
Any visual sightings?
Mr. Rodriguez saw someone dragging what looked like a body bag toward the arcade. This was 2 weeks ago around 2:30 a.m. He didn't call it in until yesterday, said he was afraid to get involved.
Understandable, given what we're dealing with. Any other witnesses?
3 teenagers reported seeing lights inside the arcade, flickering like someone was using candles or a flashlight. But when we responded, the building was dark and secure.
Timeline on those sightings?
Most recent was last Tuesday night, same night that David Kim was reported missing.
Send me everything you have, Sloan. Times, dates, witness statements. This killer is getting bolder. Professor Cove, I need your expertise on the Belmont arcade, specifically its historical significance to Belmont. We're investigating a series of disappearances connected to the location.
Detective, I've been expecting this message, given the recent police activity in that area. The Belmont arcade has quite a dark history, actually.
What can you tell me about its golden age?
The arcade opened in 1979, but it gained worldwide attention in 1982. That's when Pac-Man was first released to the public there. The game's creator chose Belmont as the test market.
And there was a local champion?
Stuart "Stu" Morrison. 15 years old when he first played. Within 6 months, he was unbeatable, could play for 12 hours straight without losing a single life.
That level of obsession seems unhealthy.
It was more than obsession, Detective. Stu literally lived at that arcade, slept in the bathroom, ate nothing but vending machine food. His parents tried intervention, but he'd run back there.
What happened to him when arcades declined?
That's where the story gets tragic. By 2003, the arcade was struggling financially. Stu had no education, no job skills, no social connections. His entire identity was built around Pac-Man. When the arcade started reducing hours, he became violent.
Violent how?
Police reports from 2004 show multiple disturbance calls. Stu attacking other patrons who touched his Pac-Man machine. He was eventually banned from the premises. Last official sighting was 2005. Homeless, mentally unstable, obsessed with returning to his glory days.
You think he's been living in the arcade all these years?
It's possible, Detective. The building has been abandoned since 2018, after all. Perfect shelter for someone who knows its layout intimately. And if his mental state deteriorated further,
He could be our killer.
I'm afraid that's exactly what I'm suggesting.
Remington, I just got the forensics report back. You're not going to like this.
How bad?
The blood at the arcade belongs to all 5 missing persons. DNA matches are conclusive, but there's something else.
What?
The blood spatter patterns suggest the victims were alive when the violence occurred, and the distribution indicates prolonged torture. We're not just dealing with murder, Remington. This is systematic torture and likely cannibalism.
Cannibalism?
Forensics found bite marks on some of the fabric, human bite marks, and the way the clothing was shredded suggests feeding behavior.
This Stu character fits the profile perfectly. Isolated, mentally unstable, obsessed with the past, living in the location where he felt most powerful.
I'm calling in state backup. This is beyond what our department can handle alone.
Agreed, but first I want to search the arcade's basement. Professor Cove mentioned the building has underground areas. That's probably where he's keeping the bodies.
Hadley, I need you to listen carefully. Stay away from the Belmont arcade area. Completely avoid that entire neighborhood.
Dad, what's going on? You sound really serious.
There's a dangerous individual operating in that area. Multiple people have gone missing. I can't give you details, but promise me you'll stay away.
How dangerous are we talking?
Serial killer dangerous, someone who targets vulnerable people, and I don't want you anywhere near there.
Jesus, Dad, is this connected to those homeless people who disappeared?
Yes, and possibly others we haven't identified yet.
What about my friends? Should I warn them too?
Yes, but don't cause panic. Just tell them to avoid the area until further notice, especially at night.
This is so scary, Dad. How long has this been going on?
Potentially years. We're still piecing together the timeline, but the recent escalation suggests the killer is becoming more bold.
Are you going to catch him?
We're going to try, but until we do, I need you to be extra careful. No walking alone after dark. No exploring abandoned buildings. No taking shortcuts through that part of town.
I promise, Dad. Please be careful too.
I will be. I love you, Hadley.
Love you too.
Detective Remington, we have a problem at the morgue. Those partial remains I mentioned yesterday, they're worse than I initially reported.
How much worse?
The bones show clear evidence of being gnawed on. Human teeth marks, Detective. And the way the flesh was removed, this wasn't just a murder. Someone consumed the parts of these victims.
Can you determine how many individuals?
Based on the bone fragments, at least 3 separate people. But Detective, there's something else. The teeth marks show a pattern.
What kind of pattern?
Ritualistic eating. The killer didn't just consume the victims out of hunger. This was methodical, almost ceremonial, like they were trying to absorb something from their victims.
Any DNA evidence from the bite marks?
Saliva samples are being processed now. Should have results within 24 hours. But Detective, I've been doing this job for 15 years. I've never seen anything this disturbing.
Where did you find these remains?
Dumpster behind the arcade, wrapped in garbage bags like they were trash. Whoever did this has no regard for human life whatsoever.
Any evidence of where the killings took place?
The bones were clean, Detective. Professionally cleaned, like someone took their time with the butchering process.
Keep everything under wraps for now. We're planning a raid on the arcade tonight. This evidence will be crucial for the arrest warrant.
Just promise me you'll get this sick bastard. What he did to these people, no one deserves to die like that.
We'll get him, one way or another.
Detective Remington forwarding emergency calls from the Belmont area. We've had 12 calls in the past 2 hours, all reporting disturbances near abandoned buildings.
What kind of disturbances?
Screaming, mostly. One caller described it as someone being eaten alive. Another reported seeing a figure dragging something heavy.
Any units respond to these calls?
Officer Martinez checked 3 locations. Found blood trails at 2 of them, leading toward the arcade district.
Blood trails?
Fresh ones, Detective. Martinez said it looked like someone was wounded and crawling, or being dragged while still bleeding.
This is escalating fast. The killer is becoming more active.
There's more, Detective. Mrs. Chen called from Maple Street. Says she saw someone matching the description of her missing husband, David Kim.
David Kim is already dead. We found his blood at the arcade.
That's what makes this call so disturbing. She insists she saw him walking toward the arcade. But Detective, she said he was walking wrong, like his legs were broken, dragging himself along the sidewalk.
When did this sighting occur?
20 minutes ago. Martinez is en route to investigate.
Tell Martinez to maintain distance. Do not engage until backup arrives. We're dealing with something far worse than a simple serial killer. Ashford, we need to move on the arcade tonight. The activity is escalating rapidly.
What's the situation?
Multiple disturbance calls, fresh blood trails, and a possible sighting of David Kim, who should be dead based on our forensic evidence.
That's impossible.
Unless our killer is keeping victims alive longer than we thought, torturing them over extended periods.
Or worse, using them for something else entirely.
I've requested SWAT backup. Full tactical team, riot gear, the works. We're going in through the basement entrance at 0300 hours.
What about evacuation of the surrounding area?
Already in progress. 6-block radius, citing gas leak emergency. Can't risk civilian casualties if this goes wrong.
Smart thinking. What do we know about the basement layout?
Professor Cove provided original building schematics. The basement has multiple rooms, storage areas, utility rooms, and something marked as employee break room. But the schematics are from 1979. No telling what modifications have been made.
Modifications by someone who's had 20 years to prepare.
Exactly. We have to assume he knows we're coming, and that he's prepared for a confrontation.
What's our primary objective?
Apprehend the suspect alive if possible, but priority 1 is stopping the killings, whatever it takes.
Understood. See you at 0245 for final briefing.
Guys, emergency! Check the news right now.
What's happening?
What news?
Lewis's house. It burned down last night. He's frickin' dead, guys.
What?
No.
Are you serious right now?
Lewis, his mom, Dr. Holloway, and his father. All 3 died in the fire.
This can't be real.
I'm looking it up now. Oh my word, it's true. The fire started around 3 a.m. Investigators are calling it arson.
Yeah, apparently they found accelerant, meaning someone set the fire deliberately. This was murder.
Who would do this? Lewis didn't have enemies.
Wait, didn't Lewis get into it with those bullies last week? At school?
Decker and his crew. They humiliated Lewis in front of everyone.
Over what?
Lewis stood up to them when they were picking on some freshmen. Decker shoved him into a locker. Lewis fought back and actually landed a punch. Made Decker look like a fool in front of half the school.
You think they did this? Burned down his house over a school fight?
People have killed for less, and those guys are psychopaths.
If they did this, if they murdered Lewis and his parents?
We need to be careful what we say on this chat, but yes, I think they did it, and we're going to prove it. The Pac-Man mystery will have to wait.
Brinley, are you okay? I saw the news about Lewis. Everyone at school is talking about it.
No, I'm not okay, Tegan. My friend is dead. His whole family is dead.
I'm so sorry. The news said it was arson?
Someone murdered them, burned them alive in their own home.
That's horrific. Do they know who did it?
Not officially, but I have my suspicions.
I mean, just look at what people are posting. Everyone loved Lewis. He was always so kind to the younger kids.
He was the best person I knew, and now he's gone because some psychopaths couldn't handle being embarrassed.
You think it was those bullies? Decker's group?
I know it was them. I just have to prove it.
Be careful, Brinley. If they really did this, then they're clearly dangerous.
Well, I'm not scared of them. They should be scared of me.
What are you planning?
Justice. For Lewis and his entire family.
Boys, I think we can all agree that last night was huge a success.
Definitely sent a message. Lewis won't be talking back to anyone anymore.
Did you see how fast it went up? That gasoline worked perfectly.
Keep your voices down, idiots. Even in here.
No one's going to trace it back to us. We were careful.
Left our phones at home, wore dark clothes, no witnesses.
What about the security cameras?
What about them? We stayed in the shadows. And even if they caught something, we all look the same in hoodies.
I still can't believe how quickly the whole house went up, like it was made of matchsticks.
That's what happens when you use enough accelerant.
Did his parents really have to die, though? They didn't do anything to us.
Collateral damage. Besides, Now there's no one left to seek revenge.
Lewis thought he was so tough, hitting me in front of everyone. Well, look who's tough now.
The little hero got what he deserved.
I keep seeing his face, though, from when he helped that freshman. He looked so determined.
Don't go soft on me now, Donald. Lewis made his choice when he decided to play hero. Heroes die.
The whole school will know not to mess with us now.
No one else will dare stand up to us.
What if someone finds out?
They won't. And even if they do, who's going to believe it? 4 honor students burning down a house? Please.
Our alibis are solid. We were all at Donald's house playing video games. His parents will vouch for us.
Because that's the truth, right, Donald? We were at your house all night.
Right, all night.
Good. Now let's never talk about this again. What happened to Lewis was tragic, but it has nothing to do with us.
I tried accessing Lewis's gaming accounts. Everything's been deactivated.
Deactivated how?
Like someone logged in and deleted them. All his profiles, save games, even his streaming history. It's all gone.
That's suspicious. Why would someone delete a dead person's gaming accounts?
Unless they were trying to hide something.
That cartridge Lewis found. The Pac-Man revival game. What if someone was trying to cover their tracks?
The cartridge burned in the fire, along with all the evidence from the arcade.
Convenient timing.
Too convenient. This whole thing stinks.
I managed to save some of the code analysis I did before his accounts got wiped, but not much.
What did you find?
The game wasn't just modified. It was completely custom built. Someone spent months, maybe years creating it. The level of detail in those violent animations, that takes serious programming skill.
So we're looking for someone with advanced computer knowledge, who also has access to the arcade.
Or we're looking at 2 separate crimes. The arcade murders and Lewis's murder.
Connected somehow, but perpetrated by different people.
The Bullies wouldn't have the skills to create that game. They can barely handle basic computer class.
But they definitely have the capability for arson. I've been researching their backgrounds. Decker was suspended last year for setting fires in the bathroom. Reyes has 2 assault charges that got dropped. Vance was caught vandalizing cars with caustic chemicals. And Donald's just a follower.
They're all criminals, and now they're murderers.
We need evidence. Solid, undeniable proof.
How do we get that?
We make them confess.
That's dangerous, Bryn. If they killed Lewis, they won't hesitate to kill us.
I don't care about the danger. Lewis was our friend. They murdered him and his parents. They need to pay.
Xander's right, but we have to be smart about it. Gather evidence first, then take action.
Detective Remington filing report on the house fire incident. 3 fatalities confirmed. Lewis Morrison, Dr. Sarah Halloway, and James Morrison. Fire department found evidence of accelerant throughout the house.
Accelerant pattern?
Gasoline poured around the foundation and entry points. Professional job designed for maximum damage and minimal escape opportunity. Victims likely died from smoke inhalation before the flames reached them.
Any witnesses?
Mrs. Goddard across the street saw 4 figures in dark clothing. Around 2:45 a.m., approximately 15 minutes before the fire started. She couldn't make out faces, but said they were young. Moving with purpose, not random vandals.
Security cameras?
We're canvassing the neighborhood now. Most cameras in that area are poorly positioned or not functional, but there might be something from the convenience store 2 blocks away.
What about the victims' connections? Any enemies, recent conflicts?
Lewis Morrison was involved in an altercation at school last week, fought with a group of students led by someone named Decker Matthews. School administration confirmed the incident. Lewis stood up to them when they were bullying a younger student.
Get me everything on these bullies. Names, addresses, alibis for last night.
Already working on it. Decker Matthews, Reyes Thompson, Vance Rodriguez, and Donald Park all claim they were together at Donald Park's house playing video games. Parents confirmed the alibi.
Too convenient. Kids that age don't have sleepovers on school nights.
My thoughts exactly. Should I bring them in for questioning?
Not yet. Let them think they're safe. Meanwhile, keep digging. Check their social media, their purchase history, anything that might connect them to accelerants or fire-starting materials.
Will do. Detective, there's something else. The timing of this fire, it's suspicious given our ongoing arcade investigation.
How so?
Lewis Morrison was the same age as the kids who've been daring each other to explore the arcade. What if he saw something he wasn't supposed to see? What if this fire was meant to silence him?
That would mean our arcade killer is connected to these bullies, or the bullies stumbled into something bigger than they realized.
Either way, we need to move fast before anyone else gets hurt.
The house fire last night, I don't think it's coincidental.
You think it's connected to our arcade case?
The timing is too perfect. We're closing in on the arcade killer, and suddenly, a local teenager dies in a suspicious fire. A teenager who might have been exploring that arcade.
Officer Sloan had the same thought. Lewis Morrison, age 17, killed along with his parents in what appears to be a targeted arson attack.
What do we know about his recent activities?
School fight with some bullies, but there might be more to it. I want to search his house before the insurance investigators finish.
What are we looking for?
Anything connecting him to the arcade. Photos, souvenirs, that sort of thing. If he was exploring that building, he might have found evidence.
Evidence that got him killed.
Exactly. Which means our killer is escalating, moving from homeless victims to targeting anyone who gets too close.
That makes tonight's raid even more critical. We can't let this continue.
Agreed, but we need to be prepared for the possibility that we're dealing with multiple perpetrators. The arcade killer and these bullies might be working together.
Or one of the bullies is the arcade killer.
A 17-year-old serial killer?
Stranger things have happened, especially if they've been influenced by someone older, someone with the skills to create that custom game software.
We'll know more after tonight.
We need to talk about what we're going to do next, about Lewis, and about those bastards who killed him.
The police will handle it, Bryn. We just have to be patient.
The police don't have enough evidence, and even if they did, these rich kids will get off with a slap on the wrist. Their parents will hire lawyers, make donations, pull strings.
So what are you suggesting?
I'm suggesting we make sure justice actually happens. For Lewis and his family.
I'm listening. Those murderers need to pay.
They took everything from Lewis. His life, his future, his family. They deserve the same treatment.
Brinley, that sounds like...
Like what they did to Lewis? An eye for an eye.
We can't just murder people. That makes us as bad as them.
No, it makes us justice. Lewis stood up for what was right, and they killed him for it. Now it's our turn to stand up.
What's the plan?
Each of us takes one of them. Decker, Reyes, Vance, and Donald. We handle this like they handled Lewis. Quietly, efficiently, permanently.
This is insane. But Lewis was my friend too. And if the system won't protect us, maybe we have to protect ourselves.
I can't believe I'm even considering this, but they murdered an entire family, including Lewis's parents who never hurt anyone.
So we're all in agreement?
I've been wanting to hurt those assholes for years. Count me in.
For Lewis.
God help us all. But yes, for Lewis.
Good. Now let's talk assignments. Corbin, you're tech savvy. You get Decker. He's the smartest one. So you'll need to outsmart him.
I can handle Decker. I've been tracking his online activity for months. I know his routines, his passwords, his weaknesses.
Indy, you get Reyes. He's the most violent one, but you're the most careful. You can plan something that looks accidental.
Reyes Thompson lives on Elm Street. I know because he used to bully my cousin. This feels like karma.
Xander, you want Vance?
Oh, I've been dreaming about getting my hands on Vance. Remember when he pushed Lewis down the stairs last month? Time for payback.
That leaves Donald for me. He's the weakest link. I can make him confess to everything before we finish this.
When do we do this?
Tonight, while the heat is still on from Lewis's death, before they have time to get paranoid or change their routines.
Tonight? That's so soon.
Strike while the iron is hot. They won't be expecting retaliation this quickly.
I'm ready. I've been ready since the moment I heard about Lewis.
We need to coordinate timing. All four need to happen simultaneously, so none of them can warn the others.
Exactly. We synchronize our watches, hit them all at the same time. Radio silence until it's done.
What about evidence? Forensics, security cameras, witnesses?
I'm already working on that. I can loop security feeds, create digital alibis, make it look like we were all somewhere else.
Perfect. This is going to work.
Brinley, I've been researching Decker's patterns. He's more predictable than I thought.
What did you find?
Every night at 11 p.m. he goes for a run. Same route every time. Through the woods behind his house to the old baseball field, then back home. Takes him exactly 47 minutes.
That's perfect. Isolated area, no witnesses.
I've also hacked his phone. Got access to all his messages, including the ones about Lewis. The arrogant bastard kept digital evidence of the arson.
Screenshots?
Everything. Messages planning the fire, celebrating afterward. Even a photo of Lewis's house burning. He's sick, Brinley. He enjoyed killing Lewis.
Then he'll enjoy what's coming to him.
I'm bringing my dad's hunting knife. And some rope from the garage. I want him to suffer before he dies.
Make it count, Corbin. Lewis deserves justice.
Decker won't know what hit him, literally.
How are you feeling about tomorrow night?
Terrified, but also angry. Really, really angry.
Good. Use that anger.
I've been watching Reyes' house. He has a routine too. Every evening around 10 p.m., he goes to meet his dealer, behind the old Gas and Go on 5th Street.
Drug deal location? Even better. No one will call the cops if they hear something.
I created a fake social media profile. Hot girl from the next town over. Been flirting with him all week. Going to ask him to meet me there instead of his dealer.
Smart thinking. He'll be expecting sex, not death.
I keep thinking about Lewis's parents. Dr. Holloway was so nice to me when I broke my arm. She stayed late at the hospital just to make sure I was okay, and they killed her.
They killed an innocent woman and her husband, all because their son stood up to bullies.
Reyes is going to pay for that. I'm bringing the baseball bat from my garage and some bleach to clean up afterward.
You've got this, Indy. Lewis would be proud.
Brinley, I've been scouting Vance's neighborhood. Found the perfect spot.
Tell me.
There's a construction site 3 blocks from his house. He cuts through it every night walking home from his girlfriend's place. No security, no lights, no cameras, just a big hole in the ground where they're building a foundation.
Accident waiting to happen.
Exactly what I was thinking, but I don't want it to look like an accident. I want him to know why he's dying. I want him to think about Lewis in his final moments.
What's your plan?
I'm going to wait for him in the construction site, jump him when he's walking through, beat the crap out of him first, make him confess to burning down Lewis's house, then push him into the hole. Let him think about what he did while he slowly dies.
That's brutal, Xander.
Not as brutal as burning an entire family alive. Vance helped pour that gasoline. He helped to light the match. He deserves everything I'm going to do to him.
Lewis would appreciate your loyalty.
Lewis was the best of us, and they killed him out of pure spite. I'm going to make sure Vance regrets that decision for the rest of his very short life.
Donald Park walks through Riverside Park every evening, 7:30 p.m. like clockwork, taking the path by the old bridge. I'm going to be waiting for him.
What's your approach?
Donald is weak. He only went along with the arson because Decker pressured him, but he still participated. He still helped murder Lewis and his parents.
Are you going to make him confess first?
Oh, he's going to tell me everything. Every detail of how they planned the fire, who poured the gasoline, who lit the match, where they bought the supplies. I want the full story before I finish him.
Good thinking. We should document their confessions, just in case someone questions what happened later.
Already planned for that. Voice recorder app on my phone. Donald is going to admit to everything, and then he's going to pay for it.
What about afterward? The body?
The park has a lot of dense woods, and the river runs right through it. Nature will take care of the cleanup.
This all feels so surreal. Yesterday we were just high school students. Tonight we're going to become killers.
Tonight we become justice. For Lewis, for his parents, for everyone they might hurt in the future.
I'm not having second thoughts. Are any of you?
No. Decker sealed his fate when he burned down that house.
I'm scared, but I'm not backing down. Lewis deserves better than legal system justice.
Then we're all committed. Remember, 10 p.m. sharp. Everyone hits their target simultaneously. Radio silence until dawn. Then we meet at the old quarry to dispose of any evidence.
Understood.
Ready when you are.
Everyone in position? It's 9:58 p.m.
I'm outside Decker's house, ready to move.
At the gas and go, waiting for Ray's.
Construction site secured. Vance should be here any minute.
Donald should be walking toward the park now. Radio silence starting now.
Brinley, we got a problem.
Whoa, what's happening? We agreed on radio silence.
Screw the radio silence. Decker's front door is wide open. There's blood everywhere.
Blood? Did he hurt himself?
No, Brinley, he's dead. Very, very dead, and I didn't do it.
What do you mean he's dead?
I mean someone got to him first, and whoever it was, they didn't just kill him, they tore him apart.
Send me a picture.
I don't think you want to see this.
Send it.
His body is in pieces, Brinley. Arms, legs, torso, all separated, and there are bite marks. Huge bite marks.
Human bite marks?
No freaking way. These are way too big. And the teeth marks. They're not human teeth.
Get out of there, Corbin. Right now.
Already moving. Parts of him are missing, Brinley. Like someone ate them.
Ate them?
The muscle tissue from his arms. Most of his torso. Whatever did this was hungry.
Indy, where are you? Corbin just found Decker dead. Someone got to him first.
Someone got to Ray's too. Jesus Christ, Brinley. I'm looking at his body right now.
He's dead?
Murdered, but not by me. I got to the gas and go and found him lying behind the building.
How long has he been dead for?
The blood is still warm. This happened recently. Maybe an hour ago. There are claw marks all over the body, like from an animal.
What kind of animal?
I don't know, but something big and something that eats people. Because half of Ray's chest is missing. Just gone. Like something took bites out of him.
What about Xander?
I haven't heard from him. Should we message him?
Absolutely.
Guys, someone beat us to it.
Xander's dead too?
Oh, he's definitely dead. Found him in his backyard. Looks like he was trying to run inside. Didn't make it.
Same kind of wounds as the others?
Worse. Actually, his entire back is shredded, like something with really long claws raked across him, and his stomach is ripped open. Internal organs are missing. Whatever killed him was eating him.
This can't be a coincidence. All four of them, on the same night we planned to kill them?
It's like something knew our plan, and decided to handle it first.
But what could do this? What kind of animal kills 4 people in one night?
Not an animal. At least not a normal one.
What do you mean?
I've been thinking about the bite marks, the claw patterns, the way the bodies were torn apart. This is identical to what we found at the arcade. The bloody clothes, remember?
You think the arcade killer did this?
I think the arcade killer is this. Whatever's been taking those homeless people, it just graduated to taking our bullies.
But why them specifically? How would it know about our revenge plan?
It couldn't, unless it's been watching us.
Watching us how?
I don't know, but think about it. Lewis finds that game cartridge. The next night, he's dead in a house fire. Now we plan revenge against his killers, and they're all dead before we can act.
Like something is cleaning up loose ends.
Or protecting us.
Protecting us from what?
From becoming murderers ourselves. Think about it, Bryn. If we'd gone through with tonight, we'd be killers. Instead, Someone else handled it for us.
That's a terrifying thought. Something out there killing people to protect us?
Or something that has its own agenda, and we just happen to benefit from it.
I'm at the park, by the way. Donald is here too. Or what's left of him, at least.
Same as the others?
Worse. So much worse. He's scattered. Pieces of him are all over the walking path, like something grabbed him and just tore him apart.
Any witnesses?
The park is empty, but there are drag marks, leading from the path into the woods, and then back out again.
It dragged him into the woods to kill him?
Or to eat him. I can see bite marks on what's left of his leg.
Time of death?
Had to be around 8 p.m. The blood is mostly dry, which means he died before any of us even left our houses.
This thing killed all 4 of them, in different locations, within the span of about 2 hours.
That's impossible for one person, or even one animal.
Unless it's not a person or a normal animal. Unless it's something else entirely.
Something connected to that arcade. Something connected to Lewis. Something that wanted those bullies dead as much as we did.
Detective, we have a situation. Multiple homicides. 4 separate crime scenes, all within a 3-mile radius.
4 homicides in one night? That's a hell of a lot of crime for Belmont.
It gets worse, Detective. All 4 victims are the same kids we were investigating for the house fire. Decker Matthews, Rayce Thompson, Vance Rodriguez, and Donald Park.
The bullies? Someone took out our primary suspects?
That's what it looks like. But Detective, you need to see these crime scenes. This wasn't done by a human being.
What do you mean?
The wounds, the bite marks, the way the bodies were torn apart, it's identical to what we found at the arcade. Same pattern, same savagery. Whatever killed those homeless people just escalated to teenagers.
Escalated or cleaned house? These kids burned down Lewis Morrison's house. Lewis Morrison, who found evidence at the arcade. Now they're all dead. Killed by the same thing that's been operating out of that arcade.
You think our arcade killer is eliminating witnesses?
I think our arcade killer is eliminating threats or competition. Either way, we need to move on that arcade tonight, before this thing kills anyone else.
SWAT team is already assembling.
Good, because whatever we're dealing with, it's getting bolder and more violent.
We need to meet right now, all of us together.
Where?
The old quarry, like we originally planned, but not to dispose of evidence, to figure out what the hell is happening.
I'm scared, Brinley. Whatever killed those bullies, it's still out there.
Maybe it did us a favor. Lewis's killers are dead. Justice was served.
But at what cost? And why now? Why tonight?
I keep thinking about that game Lewis played, the delete to survive message. What if it was a warning?
A warning about what?
About what would happen if he didn't delete it. Maybe playing that game marked him somehow, made him a target.
Or maybe it marked all of us. We were there when he played it. We saw what was on it.
Then why are we still alive? Why kill the bullies instead of us?
I don't know, but I intend to find out. Meet at the quarry in 30 minutes. We need to decide what to do next.
Should we call the police?
And tell them what? That we were planning to murder 4 people, but something else got to them first?
Good point.
Plus, if this thing is protecting us, maybe we shouldn't betray it.
Or maybe we should run, as far and as fast as we can, before it decides we're next.
30 minutes. See you all there.
Be careful, everyone.
Lewis would have wanted us to stick together.
Then that's exactly what we'll do.
Brinley, I know you and your friends are grieving. Lewis was a good kid.
What in the dash? Are you who I think you are?
Yes, my name is Stuart Morrison, but everyone used to call me Stu. I was once the greatest Pac-Man player in the world, and Lewis was my son.
What? Lewis's father died in the fire. His name was James Morrison.
James was his stepfather, a good man who raised my boy when I couldn't, when I had nothing left to offer. But Lewis was my flesh and blood.
Prove it then.
Lewis had a birthmark on his left shoulder, shaped like a crescent moon. He got it from me. His mother never told him the truth about his real father. She thought I was too broken to be in his life.
Even if that's true, where have you been all these years?
Living in the shadows, surviving on scraps, trying to recreate the only thing that ever made me feel alive. That game, Brinley. That perfect, beautiful game.
You're the one who's been killing people, though.
I've been surviving, taking what I need to continue my work. But when they killed my son, when they burned him alive along with his family, that changed everything.
You killed the bullies.
I gave them exactly what they deserved, what they gave to Lewis. Pain, terror, and death.
How did you even know about them?
I've been watching Brinley, watching my son from a distance, watching his friends. I saw what those animals did to him at school. I saw how they humiliated him. And when they murdered him, I made sure they paid the price.
Guys, I just got contacted by someone claiming to be Lewis's real father. Says his name is Stu.
Stu? Like the old Pac-Man champion?
That's exactly who he claims to be. And he's admitting to killing the bullies.
What? Lewis's father died in the fire, though?
That was his stepfather, apparently. This Stu guy says Lewis was his biological son.
Did he provide any proof?
He knew about Lewis's birthmark, the crescent moon on his shoulder. I remember seeing it when we went swimming last summer.
That could be public information, though. Hospital records, school medical files.
Or he could be telling the truth. Lewis never talked much about his father. Always seemed like a sensitive topic.
What does he want from us?
I'm about to find out. He's still messaging me. What do you want from me and my friends?
Your help. Lewis died because of something he found, something that belongs to me.
The game cartridge.
My life's work, 20 years of perfecting the ultimate Pac-Man experience, creating something that would bring back the glory days when I mattered, when people knew my name.
That game was sick. All that violence and gore.
That game is truth. It shows what happens when the hunter becomes the hunted, when the ghosts realize they can't escape forever, when Pac-Man stops running and starts fighting back.
That sounds pretty delusional, man.
I'm evolving, not delusional, boy. I've learned what it takes to survive in a world that forgot about me. But the cartridge needs to come home, Brinley. It needs to be returned to where it belongs.
It burned in Lewis's house, along with everything else.
No, it didn't. Those cartridges are built to withstand extreme heat. I made sure of that. It's still there, in the rubble, waiting to be retrieved.
And then what?
Then you bring it to me, to the arcade basement, where it belongs.
Why should we help you? You're a murderer!
I'm a father who lost his son, for God's sake. And I'm the only thing standing between your community and total chaos. The game is spreading, Brinley. Every day it's away from its home base. It gets stronger, more violent, more hungry.
What do you mean, spreading?
The code I wrote isn't just a game. It's alive. It learns, it grows, it adapts. And right now, it's feeding off the violence in this town. Lewis's death, the bullies' deaths. It's getting stronger. Soon it won't need the cartridge anymore. It'll be able to manifest in the real world.
Nope, that's a lie.
Is it? You saw what it did to those 4 boys. The way their bodies were torn apart. The bite marks, the claw marks. That wasn't me, Brinley. That was the game. That was the pack thing.
Brinley, what's he saying?
He claims the game is somehow alive, that it killed the bullies, not him.
That's crazy talk.
Is it though? We all saw how disturbing that game was. And the delete to survive message, what if it was literal?
I'm trying to trace his phone number. It's bouncing through multiple encrypted servers. Whoever this is, they know how to stay hidden.
He wants us to go to Lewis's burned house, find the cartridge in the rubble, and bring it to the arcade basement.
Absolutely not. That's way too dangerous.
But what if he's right about the game spreading? What if more people die?
We need more information. Make him prove he's really Stu.
My friends want proof you're really the old Pac-Man champion. Anyone could claim to be Stu.
In 1982, I achieved the first perfect score on Pac-Man. 3,333,360 points. Level 256, where the game breaks down, where the screen becomes half normal, half corrupted. That level taught me something important. Sometimes you have to break the rules to win.
That's public information.
Fine. The original Pac-Man cabinet at Belmont Arcade had a specific quirk. The joystick was slightly loose. You had to push it exactly 47 degrees to the left to make tight turns. I spent 3 years perfecting that movement. No one else knew about it. That's why I was unbeatable on that specific machine.
How do I know you didn't just hear this from someone else?
Because I carved my initials inside the cabinet. SM plus Pac-Man forever, right above the power supply. Check for yourself if you don't believe me.
Even if you are Stu, why should we trust you?
Because I'm the only one who understands what we're dealing with. I created this monster, and I'm the only one who can control it. But I need that cartridge back. It's the master copy, the original code that everything else spawns from.
What happens if we don't help you?
Then the killings continue, and they escalate. Soon, it won't just be bullies and homeless people. It'll be anyone who gets in its way. Teachers, parents, children, everyone Lewis ever cared about.
I've been thinking about what he said, about the code being alive. The programming I saw was unlike anything I've ever encountered. Self-modifying, adaptive. It could theoretically learn and evolve.
So you think he's telling the truth?
I think we're dealing with something beyond normal understanding, whether it's supernatural or just extremely advanced technology.
Either way, going to that arcade is suicide.
But if we don't, more people die, and Lewis's death will have been for nothing.
I'll go. I'll get the cartridge and take it to the arcade.
Xander, no.
That's way too dangerous for one person.
Better one of us than all of us. And if something goes wrong, you guys can call for help.
Makes sense to me. We'll help you, but only to stop the killing, not because we trust you.
That's all I ask. The cartridge will be in Lewis's bedroom. He probably hid it under his mattress or in his desk drawer. Typical teenager behavior.
How do we get into the basement of the arcade?
There's an entrance behind the building, hidden under a metal grate. The lock is broken, has been for years.
And then what?
You'll find me in the main chamber, along with my life's work. Place the cartridge on the original Pac-Man cabinet, and everything will return to normal.
How do we know you won't kill us?
Because you're Lewis's friends. You cared about my son when I couldn't. That makes you family, and I protect family.
What about after? What happens when the game is back where it belongs?
Then I can finally rest. Lewis is gone. His killers are dead. My work is complete.
You're going to kill yourself?
I'm going to join my son in whatever comes after this life. But first, I need to make sure the game can't hurt anyone else. That's why I need your help. Time is running out, Brinley. Every minute we waste The game gets stronger. More people will die, including people you care about. Lewis chose his friends well. He would be proud of your loyalty. I'm at Lewis's house. What's left of it anyway?
Any sign of the cartridge?
Still looking. The fire damage is worse than I expected, but I found his bedroom, or where it used to be.
Be careful in there. The structure might be unstable.
Found something! The cartridge survived, just like Stu said it would.
That thing gives me the creeps, even looking at it through a photo.
Just get it to the arcade and get out. Don't spend any more time there than necessary.
On my way there now. Wish me luck, guys. I'm at the arcade. Found the metal grate Stu mentioned. It's definitely broken, and there's a bit of it that goes straight into the ground.
What do you see down there?
Steps leading down into darkness. Using my phone's flashlight. The smell down here is intense.
What kind of smell?
Like something died, but also electronic, like burning circuits.
That doesn't sound good.
I'm in the basement now. Holy crap, guys! You need to see this.
Is that all gaming equipment?
Arcade machines everywhere, but they're all connected by cables, like one giant network, and there are computer servers humming in the background.
Do you see Stu?
Not yet, but I found the original Pac-Man cabinet, the one from the main floor. Someone moved it down here.
Place the cartridge and get out of there.
Inserting the cartridge now. There's a special slot built into the side of the machine, like it was designed for this specific cartridge.
What's happening?
The whole basement just lit up. All the machines are turning on at once. The sound is incredible, like a symphony of electronic music.
Get out of there, Xander.
I'm trying, but the doors, they just slammed shut. I can hear chains rattling. I think I'm locked in.
What?
Try the emergency exits.
There aren't any, just the one entrance I came through, and it's sealed tight.
Xander, respond. Xander. It's been 10 minutes. No response from Xander.
His phone might be dead. Or there's no signal in the basement.
We need to go there, right now.
Agreed. We're not leaving him trapped.
Your friend is safe, Brinley, but he cannot leave yet.
What did you do to Xander?
Nothing harmful. He's simply part of the calibration process now. The game needs to recognize him as friendly, as family.
Let him out right now.
I can't do that. The process takes approximately 6 hours, during which time the basement must remain sealed.
You're holding him prisoner.
I'm protecting him and protecting everyone else. The game is integrating with its home system. During this time, it's extremely volatile. Anyone who interrupts the process will be consumed.
Consumed?
Like those bullies were, torn apart and devoured. But your friend will be safe as long as he remains still, as long as he doesn't try to interfere.
If anything happens to Xander,
nothing will happen to him. He's Lewis's friend. That makes him precious to me. But you and the others must stay away. Do not come to the arcade. Do not call the police. Do not interfere.
Or what?
Or I won't be able to protect you anymore.
I'm trying to hack into the arcade systems. Maybe I can unlock the doors remotely.
Any luck?
The security system is incredibly advanced. Military-grade encryption. Whoever set this up knew what they were doing.
Stu's been planning this for years. He's had time to prepare.
Keep trying. We're not abandoning Xander.
I'm detecting massive power consumption from the building. Like every piece of electronic equipment is running at maximum capacity. The electrical grid is being strained.
What does that mean?
It means something big is happening in that basement. Something that requires enormous amounts of power.
We need to get him out of there. Physical entry if necessary.
Stu, I don't care about your games or your revenge. Let Xander go right now, or I'm calling the police.
That would be a mistake, child. A very deadly mistake.
Is that a threat?
It's a warning. The game is currently in learning mode, analyzing every person in a 5-mile radius, determining who is friend and who is foe. If law enforcement arrives, they will be classified as threats and eliminated accordingly.
You're bluffing.
Am I? Ask yourself this, Indy. How did I kill 4 strong teenagers in different locations on the same night without anyone seeing me?
Because you're crazy and dangerous.
Because I'm not working alone anymore. The game has learned to manifest in the physical world. It can be anywhere, anytime. Watching, waiting, hunting. Right now, it's focused on the calibration process. But if threatened, it will defend itself.
I don't believe you.
Then call the police. See what happens. But know that their blood will be on your hands. Can anyone see my messages?
Xander, thank God. Are you okay?
We've been trying to reach you for an hour.
What's your status?
I'm okay, I think. But guys, what I'm seeing down here, it's beyond anything we imagined.
Describe it.
The arcade machines are all running different programs, but they're connected somehow, like one massive computer. And in the center, there's something that looks like Pac-Man, but it's not a game character. It's real.
Real how?
I don't know how to explain it. It's like someone took the game and gave it physical form. It's about 3 feet tall, bright yellow, but with actual teeth. Sharp predatory teeth.
Is it moving?
It's watching me, just sitting there. watching. I think it's deciding whether I'm a threat.
Don't move, Xander. Stay perfectly still.
That's what I've been doing, but it's getting bigger. Every few minutes, it grows a little more. And the sounds? It's making the same sounds from the game. The waka 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 eating sound, but deeper, more menacing.
We're coming to get you.
No, don't come here. Something bad will happen if you interrupt this. I can feel it.
We're not leaving you there.
I'll be fine. I think...
Xander.
Xander!
Detective, we have reports of unusual activity at the Belmont arcade. Loud electronic sounds, flashing lights, multiple noise complaints from neighbors.
I thought that building was supposed to be empty.
It is, but something's definitely happening inside. The power company says electricity consumption spiked dramatically around 11 p.m.
That's around the time those 4 teenagers were killed. Can't be a coincidence.
Should I check it out?
Negative. Wait for backup. If our arcade killer is active tonight, I don't want you going in alone.
Backup.
20 minutes. Diverting a SWAT team to you now.
Detective, there's something else. The building appears to be secured with heavy chains and padlocks, like someone locked it from the outside.
Or locked something inside.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Maintain your position. Do not attempt entry until we arrive. Whatever's in there killed 4 people tonight. It's extremely dangerous.
I warned you, Brinley. I told you to stay away.
And I told you to let Xander go.
It's too late now. The calibration is nearly complete. The game has accepted your friend. He will be safe. But if you interfere, if you force entry into the arcade, you will be classified as hostile.
By who?
By the game itself. It has learned to defend its territory, to protect what matters most. And what matters most is completing the work, creating the perfect digital organism, one that can exist in both worlds.
You're completely insane.
I'm a father protecting his son's legacy. Lewis found my cartridge. He played my game. He became part of my work. Now his friends will join him in the perfect digital afterlife I've created.
Stay away from us.
I don't need to come to you, child. Soon, my creation will be strong enough to hunt, to seek out its prey, to bring everyone Lewis cared about into the game, where they can be together forever as a family. My family.
Brinley, it's me. It's Lewis.
This isn't funny. Lewis is dead. I saw the news reports.
The reports were wrong. I survived the fire. I'm alive, and I need to explain everything.
Stop messing with me. Whoever this is, you're sick.
Look at the photo, Bryn. That's me, and that's my real father, Stu. We've been together this whole time.
Guys, I just received messages from Lewis. He's alive!
No way. We saw the house burn down. 3 bodies were confirmed dead.
Someone's playing a sick joke on us.
I don't think so. The photo he sent. It looks real to me.
Holy crap. That's definitely Lewis.
But how is that possible? Who died in the fire then?
I'm asking him now. If you're really Lewis, then prove it. Tell me something only Lewis would know.
Last summer at the lake, you had a panic attack during the thunderstorm. I held your hand until it passed. You made me promise never to tell anyone about your fear of storms.
Lewis, it's really you?
It's really me, Bryn, and I'm sorry. So sorry for everything.
Sorry for what? And who died in the fire if you didn't?
Dr. Holloway wasn't my biological mother. She was my aunt. My real mother died when I was 7. The woman who died in the fire was her sister, visiting from out of state.
That doesn't make sense.
My father has been watching me my whole life. Ever since the family court gave custody to James and Sarah, he's been living in the arcade basement, planning, waiting, preparing.
Preparing for what?
For us to be a family again. For me to join his work. To help him create something amazing.
The murders, Lewis. All those missing people.
They weren't murders, Bryn. They were necessary sacrifices. Building blocks for something greater. Something that will change everything.
You're scaring me.
Don't be scared. You're my friends. You're safe. You're going to be part of this too.
Part of what?
The evolution. The perfect fusion of digital and physical reality. A world where we can all be together forever.
Oh dear. Lewis has been working with the killer this whole time?
Wait, what? So all those times he seemed scared? All those worried texts? It was all an act?
I think so. We've been played from the very beginning.
The cartridge. He placed it for us to find, didn't he?
He wanted us to investigate the arcade. He wanted us to get curious, to get involved.
What about Xander? Where's Xander?
I'm afraid to ask, but I have to know. Lewis, where is Xander? Is he okay?
Xander served his purpose.
What does that mean?
The creation needed fresh material, young, strong flesh to continue growing.
You fed him to that thing? You fed our friend to a monster?
I didn't want to, Bryn, but my father explained how important this is, how Xander's sacrifice will benefit everyone. He's part of something greater now.
You're a monster. You're both monsters.
We're visionaries. My father has spent 20 years perfecting this, creating life from death, building something that can exist between worlds.
What are you talking about?
The Pac thing, as my father calls it. built from the bodies of everyone who disappeared, fused together with technology, programmed with artificial intelligence, and injected with a serum that makes it grow.
That's sick.
It's beautiful, Bryn. You should see how it moves, how it hunts. It's like Pac-Man came to life, but better, smarter, hungrier.
Hello, Brinley. I see my son has been explaining our work.
Your work is murder.
My work is resurrection, taking the homeless, the forgotten, the unwanted, and giving them new purpose, new life.
You killed innocent people.
I repurposed raw materials, flesh, bone, blood, combined with cutting-edge technology to create the ultimate gaming experience. A Pac-Man that can actually hunt, actually consume, actually grow stronger with each kill.
And Xander?
Your friend provided excellent genetic material. Young, healthy, athletic, perfect for the creature's latest growth phase.
You fed him to that thing while he was alive?
The creature prefers fresh food. It enhances the absorption process. Don't worry though, Xander didn't suffer long. The consumption is quite efficient.
I'm going to be sick.
You should be excited instead. You're about to witness something unprecedented. The birth of a new species. Part organic, part digital. All predator.
I can't believe Lewis betrayed us like this. Everything we've been through together, all those years of friendship.
Xander is dead. They fed him to some kind of monster, and Lewis helped.
We need to get out of town, right now, before that thing comes after us.
But what about the police? Shouldn't we warn them?
Warn them about what? A living Pac-Man made from human bodies? They'll think we're insane.
We need evidence. Photos recording something.
I've been recording all our conversations. Screenshots of everything Lewis and Stu have sent, but I don't know if it's enough.
It has to be enough, because I'm not ending up like Xander. How could you do this to us? We were your friends.
You still are my friends. That's why I chose you. My father needed fresh subjects for the final phase, and I couldn't let him take strangers. I wanted it to be people I cared about.
That makes it worse, not better.
You don't understand yet, but you will. When you see what we've created, when you become part of it.
We're not becoming part of anything. We're getting as far away from you as possible.
You can't run from it, Bryn. The creature has your scent now. It knows who you are, where you live. It can track you anywhere.
Then we'll fight it.
You can't fight evolution. This is the next step in human development. Digital consciousness in organic form. Immortality through consumption.
You're completely insane.
I'm enlightened. My father opened my eyes to possibilities I never imagined. And soon he'll open yours too.
This ends now. I'm calling the police. I'm telling them everything.
By all means, call them. The creature is ready for its first real hunt. It's outgrown the basement, broken through the ceiling. Soon it will emerge from the arcade, and then the real fun begins.
How big is it now?
Large enough to swallow a person whole. Smart enough to hunt in packs. Fast enough to outrun any vehicle.
Packs?
Oh yes, Brinley. The serum doesn't just make it grow, it makes it reproduce, divide and multiply. Soon there will be dozens of them, hundreds, all hunting, all feeding, all growing.
You've doomed everyone.
I freed everyone from the boredom of ordinary life, from the pain of existence. My creation will consume the entire town, and everyone will become part of something perfect, something eternal. The ultimate game, where the only rule is survive, and the only prize is becoming the hunter.
Lewis, if you're still in there, if any part of our friend remains, please stop this.
I'm sorry, Bryn, but it's too late. The game has already begun, and there's only one way it can end. With all of us together, forever. It's happening! The creature is breaking through the main floor. You can hear it all over town. That sound, waka waka waka, but so much louder, so much more terrifying. It's the size of a car now, and it's hungry, so incredibly hungry.
I can see it from my bedroom window. It's moving down Main Street, eating everything in its path.
People are screaming everywhere. Cars are trying to escape, but it's faster. It's catching them.
Mrs. Patterson just got consumed, right in front of her house. The thing swallowed her whole.
How big is it now?
The size of a house, and growing with each person it eats. This is a nightmare.
We need to run. Get out of town while we still can.
Where can we go? It can track us, remember? Lewis said it has our scent.
Something's wrong, Brinley! The creature isn't listening to my father anymore. It's turned on him. No! It's eating him alive! He's screaming inside its mouth. I can see his face through its teeth. The serum made it too intelligent. It doesn't need a master anymore. It's hunting for itself. And now it's coming for me. I'm running through the basement tunnels, but it's right behind me. I can hear it breaking through walls. Help me! Brinley, help me! I don't want to die like this. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for everything. Brinley, if you can see this, I never meant for it to go this far. I just wanted my father to love me.
Lewis just stopped responding.
The creature got him.
Good. He deserved it after what he did to Xander.
No one deserves that, not even Lewis.
The thing is getting massive. I can see it from my attic window. It's consumed half the downtown area, and it's still growing.
My neighborhood is next. I can hear it getting closer. The waka waka sound is deafening.
Everyone needs to get to their cars. Drive to the highway. Maybe we can outrun it.
Too late for me. It just ate the family next door. Mrs. Rose and her kids swallowed them like they were pellets in a game.
This is the end of everything. The end of our town. The end of us.
Remington, we have a situation beyond anything in our training. Some kind of massive creature is consuming the entire town. Multiple casualties. Mass evacuation needed immediately.
I can see it from the station. What the hell is that thing?
Unknown, but it appears to be the source of all our missing persons cases. It's organic, but also artificial somehow, like something out of a science fiction movie.
Size estimate?
Currently, the size of a 2-story building, and growing rapidly with each victim. Speed, approximately 45 miles per hour, moving in a systematic pattern through residential areas.
Evacuation routes?
Highway 9 is still clear, but for how long? I don't know. This thing moves faster than most vehicles.
State and federal backup?
En route, but they're asking questions we can't answer. How do you fight something that shouldn't exist?
We figure it out. We have to.
Remington, I don't think we're going to survive this.
Then we make sure our families do. Whatever it takes.
It's here. The creature is on my street. I can see it through my window. It's the size of a building now, and it's heading straight for my house.
Indy, get out of there!
Run!
Where am I supposed to run? It's faster than anything, and it knows where I am. I can hear Mr. Rodriguez screaming. It got him, and now it's at my front door. The whole house is shaking. Mom and Dad are crying. They don't understand what's happening. How could they?
Indy, please, find a way out.
There is no way out. This is it. This is how it ends. The wall is breaking. I can see its teeth. So many teeth. Tell my sister I love her. Tell her I'm sorry I couldn't protect her. Goodbye, guys. It's been an honor being your friend.
Indy's gone. The creature got her whole family.
We're the only ones left.
I'm trying to contact military authorities, but communications are failing. The creature is destroying cell towers, power lines, everything.
How big is it now?
Massive, the size of a city block. And it's not just one creature anymore. It's splitting, dividing into smaller versions of itself.
Just like Stu said it would.
There are dozens of them now, all hunting, all growing. The entire town is going to be consumed.
Not if I can help it.
What do you mean?
I have an idea. A way to stop this.
How?
The same way you kill a monster from the inside. You become the poison it consumes.
Brinley, no. Don't do anything stupid.
It's not stupid if it works. I'm going to the gas station, getting as many gasoline containers as I can, strapping them to myself, and letting that thing eat me.
That's suicide.
That's justice. For Lewis, for Xander, for Indy, for everyone who's died because of this nightmare.
There has to be another way.
There isn't. You know there isn't. This is the only way to make sure it stops, to make sure it doesn't spread beyond Belmont.
What about me? What am I supposed to do?
Survive. Get out of town. Tell the world what happened here. Make sure people remember us.
I will. I promise.
I'm at the gas station now. 5 containers of gasoline, rope to tie them to myself, and a lighter. I'm going to the town square, where everyone can see. This ends tonight.
Brinley, I can see you in the square. The creature is heading straight for you. Are you sure about this?
I've never been more sure of anything. It's massive now, but still just one central consciousness. If I can destroy the main body, the rest should die with it.
You're braver than anyone I've ever known.
I'm terrified, but I'm also angry. And anger is stronger than fear. Here it comes. I can see its eyes. So many eyes. All looking at me. All hungry. It knows what I'm planning, but it can't help itself. It has to feed. That's all it knows how to do.
Brinley.
Goodbye, Corbin. Thank you for being the best friend a person could ask for. See you on the other side.
Detective Remington, if you can receive this. The situation in Belmont has been resolved. The creature is dead, destroyed by some kind of internal explosion.
Casualties?
Total. The entire town is gone. Buildings destroyed, streets covered in organic debris. It looks like a war zone. No survivors that we can find.
What about the teenagers we were tracking? The ones connected to our investigation?
All deceased. Found evidence of their final communications. Appears one of them sacrificed herself to stop the creature. Brinley Hartwell, age 17. Used explosives to destroy it from the inside.
A 17-year-old girl saved the entire region.
Looks that way. The debris pattern suggests the creature was massive when it died. Could have consumed neighboring towns if it had continued.
What about Stuart Morrison, the original suspect?
Found his remains mixed in with the creature's organic matter. Appears he was consumed by his own creation. Poetic justice, in a way.
Final report on the Belmont incident?
Complete loss of civilian population. Estimated 3,847 residents. All consumed by what can only be described as an artificial organism, created by Stuart Morrison using unknown technology.
Morrison's motivation?
Based on recovered digital evidence obsession with recreating his glory days. When he was famous as a video game champion, he spent 20 years in isolation, developing increasingly delusional plans, culminating in the creation of a living version of Pac-Man, built from human victims and advanced biotechnology.
The irony being?
In trying to recapture a time when he mattered, when people knew his name and respected his abilities, he destroyed everything he claimed to love: his son, his community, his legacy.
The teenagers who stopped it?
Heroes, every one of them, especially Brinley Hartwell, who chose to sacrifice herself rather than let the creature spread. The definition of courage under impossible circumstances.
Recommendation for the case file?
Seal it, classify it beyond public access. The world isn't ready to know that nostalgia can be weaponized, that the past can literally consume the present. Some nightmares are better left buried.
Agreed. Case closed. Belmont Memorial Park is scheduled for construction next spring. A peaceful place where people can remember the lives lost, without knowing the horror of how they died.
Perhaps that's for the best. Let them be remembered as they lived, not as they were consumed. The past should honor the dead, not devour them